Hi guys, welcome back to Lykz Tells All. If you don't know, I live on Greek Row and it is officially frat season. So if you hear any background noise, that is what's going on. We're gonna hope for the best and hopefully my editing program and my microphone won't pick up on it. And this episode can just be you and I. Today, I'm definitely feeling a little more lazy. I'm in the comfiest outfit ever and it's making me just want to crawl in bed and continue binge watching my show. Right now, I'm watching Revenge. It's on Hulu. I watched it years ago and just started it again the other day, already on season 2. It's in my favorite era of shows, and I'm talking Pretty Little Liars, Vampire Diaries. I feel like that era of just TV show making is top tier. Each season is 20 episodes. I feel like that's what a season should be. Nowadays, it's 10, 12. That is not a season. I officially start school tomorrow, which is just mind-blowing to me because where the hell did summer go? But also I know where it went. Miss Crazy Bitch took it away. I knew it would go summer, then planning for my birthday, but oh my god, planning this 21st birthday, I'm going crazy. I do love it. There are just little moments that I'm oh my god, why am I doing such a big thing? And then I remember this is my golden 21st birthday, so I literally have to go big. Today's episode is another solo day. For the next couple weeks, I do have a few scheduled guests, but definitely let me know who you want to see and who you want to hear on. If you promise not to lie on here, you guys can come on. We can talk about whatever you'd like, whatever you want to shed light on, or if you have any crazy story times, I would literally love to hear them. I didn't know if today I was going to be doing a crazy story time with you guys, or do something more on the softer side that I kind of just want to talk about, but I knew as soon as this topic kept popping up on my For You page all week that we were going to talk about it. So let's dive in. Even if you aren't all Swifties, I hope you guys know the saying, a friend to all is a friend to none. In my opinion, that sentence alone is very powerful. I've talked a lot about friendships, friendship breakups, knowing who you can trust, and I feel like this connects to all of that. I feel like throughout life so far, I've been on both sides of the saying. I feel like I've been the friend that had a best friend that was best friends with quote unquote all, and I kind of allowed that. And then I also had my times in life where I was no, if you're fucking friends with them, you're not my friend. I'd say my mind was kind of set on that all throughout high school, and then the beginning of my college, I feel like it shifted in a way. I want to say I had a more respectful way of thinking, but I don't think that's the right word. I think I was just okay with my friends making their own choices, and I respected that, but I also set many boundaries. However, that being said, I'm kind of back to that original thinking. I feel like young Lykz kind of knew what the fuck she was talking about. Now, this might be a hot take, but in my personal opinion, if you are friends with somebody that talks, thinks, or just views the people that you love in such a negative way, you shouldn't be around them. You shouldn't want a relationship with those people. You can think it's weird that I think that, but I don't know why. I'd personally want to surround myself with anyone who dislikes the people that I love or the things I love. Now, this doesn't mean you have to dislike, hate, or be unkind to those people, but to want to build a relationship or continue hanging out, anything, is such a different story. I think if your friends are okay being around maybe a specific person or group that did things to you, little, big, anything, you gotta take a deeper look at that friend. If they know all that, why on earth would they want to be around them if they love you? Like I said, I had a little era in my life where I thought otherwise. I thought just making boundaries would be okay, and I'm gonna get into that. A friendship that I've had for quite some time came to an end about a month or so ago. I'm not gonna get into the full story. If you're a part of this story, you know what happened. However, her and I always went kind of back and forth on usually the same topic, and that was because oh my god, I feel like I have to start from the beginning, but I don't want to and I can't. This friend and I had years of friendship. However, she also had years on years with another friend. We were all friends, then we weren't, then we were, then we weren't. And mainly though, her and I would always come back together. I feel like her and I had a very big sister, little sister relationship that I do miss and I will forever love. However, she was also around for a lot of the hurt that her other friend did cause me. Did she inflict that hurt? No, so I got over it. It didn't matter to me. We went into years of being friends, and so did the pity and spitefulness that friend had towards me. Anywho, this girl and I were very close. And I mean, people did ask her, or they kind of insinuated, like, why are you okay that someone you love put another person you love through that? And the answer would always be the same. It is what it is. But even then, I chose to get over it. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Looking back, it's pretty sad because I'm like, why? Why were you so fine with that? I kind of want to talk about the boundaries that I set, because let's say you don't agree with all this. However, you do agree with the boundaries and you kind of want some examples of that. My boundary mainly consisted of I don't want to hear her name. I really didn't want to see her face. And those were very respected. Only times, they were really talked about were in deeper conversations. Like I said, though, if you don't agree with all this and you kind of want to do just the boundaries, they're great. However, if they don't respect those, definitely take a deeper look into who you're friends with. Like I mentioned, about a month ago, her and I ended up ending the friendship. In my opinion, it was peacefully. She didn't have the best of words, but it was because she was upset that I chose to hang out with somebody that caused her a lot of pain in the past. I really, really did think that hanging out with that person and recording a podcast was okay. There was no thought at all in the back of my mind that it was wrong. And maybe that's even worse. But I personally thought that so much time had passed, almost a decade, and both those people were so very different and had many different loves and lives since then. So no, I really didn't think that making and recording that would cause so much negativity or hurt so bad. And I definitely can see where she's coming from on the matter, and I had to respect that with it being her choice. It was kind of just hard to understand, and I left it as is, because how can you get upset at that when I had to learn to just be okay with it? So I definitely feel like her decision put a lot of things into perspective for me. I also don't want people around me that are okay surrounding themselves with people that have hurt me. I always say when I do speak of her, I love her. I will always. She has done so much for me, and I will always be so thankful for it. So I don't want any of this to be perceived as negativity on her name. But people are going to take it the way they're going to take it. I feel like it's hard when you are okay with, your friends or loved ones being friends or surrounding themselves with people that view you in a more negative way. I feel like you're always going to have a guard up with those friends, and you're not fully going to be able to trust them. I feel like there was always distrust in that, and I should have definitely communicated that much sooner. In ways, I feel like I did try to communicate that sooner, but the only communication of that would be saying, no, you're not okay with that. It's hard because how do you know that the information you're telling this friend is just staying between that friend? I kind of said it in my freshman survival guide. Watch who you end up telling things to. You could be telling things to one person, and then that one person is telling your business to somebody that doesn't have the best intentions for you. And it sucks because you'll wake up and hear that all these people found out your business, and the source is literally your best friend. But like I said again in that episode, you are trusting someone who trusts others. And sometimes you just can't do that. Then we kind of go back to why. Why would they want to do that? And I have no fucking idea. I wish I could tell you. Like I said earlier, I've gone through the phases of being the girl to be like, if you're friends with them, you're not friends with me. And then also the girl to say, that's okay to be friends with them. You make your own choices. I have my boundaries. But the one thing that hasn't changed is that no matter what, if somebody doesn't fuck with one of my peoples, I don't fuck with them. I've been realizing a lot lately how different everybody views friendships, how they love, how they value, how they prioritize, and that's okay. You can be the person that's friends with all. You can be the person that's friends with none. You can be the person that's okay with all but has boundaries. Or you can be the person to say, fuck no. I value myself enough to know that if somebody really loves me, they wouldn't be okay with that. Fuck, I hate when my advice is actually fucking hitting. I should really go and do something about my life. People who love you want the best for you, and they wouldn't tolerate anything negative to be around you, to be around them, to be said about you. So with that being said, this is your life. You can make all the rules and boundaries that you want to make. I promise you though, and I will say, if you have a weird, uncomfortable feeling about a specific friend or group, leave. And it doesn't have to be this terrible ending. You can do it very peacefully. This is your life and no one lives your life except you. You deserve the most in the world. And you also get to dictate who deserves you. I learned a long time ago that friends come and go. Some friends are here forever, some friends are here for just a chapter or two, and some are here to serve as the best life lesson. It was really weird when I learned that. My frontal lobe might be developing. just a little. But when I did learn that, it helped me breathe. It helped me be at peace with a lot of these friendships ending. There's been a lot of friendships that I thought I was going to have forever, and clearly they're not here anymore. And I'd always go back and forth on the matter of what I did or what they did to me. And when I realized that there are just some friends that are here for a couple chapters or less or more, I was at peace. So that kind of wraps up today's episode. I'm going to go respond to my best friend because she just texted me, girl. And that's how you know it's going to be good. So let me know who you want to see or who you want to hear next. Make sure to follow the Instagram at Lykz Tells All so you don't miss any updates. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to Lykz Tells All, because if I don't, who will?